What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're going to be talking about the Sacramento Kings, because as we know, they went ahead and traded Tyrese Haliburton last year at the trade deadline for Domantas Sabonis, which led to them making the playoffs that year, of course. And now this season, of course, you saw a little bit last year, but Tyrese Haliburton is absolutely breaking out for the Indiana Pacers, and he looks like their superstar going forward, which obviously means people are starting to talk about whether or not the Kings now maybe lost this trade. Of course, it was always looked at as maybe a win-win. Other people have disagreed with that. It's all opinionated, of course, but there's one thing that can always change the narrative that will shut down an argument right away, is if the Kings somehow maybe won a championship with Domantas Sabonis and De'Aaron Fox as a duo, which is what we're going to try to make happen to change that narrative. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like in this one and subscribe if you are new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciate it. If you are new around here, hello, my name is Crushables. I'm a rebuilder here, of course, on YouTube, on 2K specifically. And the way I like to do rebuilds is I try to do them as realistic as I possibly can. Sometimes we'll go off the rails a little bit. Don't get me wrong, I'm not absolutely perfect, but for the most part, I try to be realistic. That's the way I enjoy doing videos like this. So you agree with that and like that style, I'm your guy. Go ahead, hit that sub button, stick around. We're also on the road to 50,000 subs. But with that all being said, as I said, of course, De'Aaron Fox, Tyrese Haliburton, it didn't feel like those two guys would be able to work together long term. They made a decision to trade Haliburton over to the Pacers for Domantas Sabonis. And it was looked at as a win-win trade, as I said up top. But, I mean, there's some people that say maybe the Kings made a huge mistake. And I would love to hear everyone's opinion down in the comment section below. Where I kind of fall in the totem pole is I do think the Kings maybe lost this trade a little bit just because Haliburton does look like that guy. But the same magnitude, I think it's kind of easy to say that because the Pacers are at the very beginning of, Haliburton's career. And obviously young players are very valuable in the NBA. But it's going to be interesting to see, how it all shakes out. But what we are going to do is, of course, we are going to simulate this season. And the way we're going to try to change the narrative is if the Kings win a championship, then no one can say they lost a trade, right? So that's what we're going to try to do. We're going to try to get the Sacramento Kings a championship with Fox and Domantas Sabonis. That is our goal today, and that's what we're going to try to make happen. Of course, it all starts potentially at the trade deadline. So we're going to go ahead, simulate to the trade deadline. I will see you guys there, and we're going to see what we can cook up to potentially help this team become a contender in the West. They're an interesting team in the West, but I'm not sure if anyone takes them too seriously as a team that could go win a championship. So let's see if we can change that. Today's video is brought to you by PrizePicks. PrizePicks is a player props app that's available on mobile or desktop. And how it works, not only do they have just basketball, they have all kinds of sports. So if you want to put entries on other sports, you can do just that. How it works is you choose between 2 to 6 players, 2 players being 3 times your entry, all the way up to 6 players being 25 times your entry. Basically, if you think Brandon Miller is going to score over 15.5, you click more on the projection. You want to go down to Franz Wagner and you think he's going to score over 22.5, you simply click more on that projection. That's basically how it works. It's just you against the numbers. You don't have to play anybody. It's simply you against the projections, as it sounds. And again, they have multiple sports, and the way you want to sign up for PrizePicks is using the code down in the description below. They match your first deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. And for example, today wasn't the greatest day in the world, but we still profited because of this slip right here, if I can find it, and that would be this one right here. Mike Evans under, Aaron Donald under, Adam Thielen under, Justin Jefferson under. He got hurt. Hopefully he's okay, but I did benefit off that. And then T. Higgins under, and then Donk, which is something I barely know anything about. CSGO under. It worked out for me. So how I got this slip, which I'll show you in the next segment of this little sponsorship. But if you want to sign up for PrizePicks, like I said, links down in the description below. Use code Crushables. But the way I've been playing PrizePicks, man, is DGF's correlation and optimizer tool. It's opened my eyes to so many different things. It's not even funny. If you've been using this correlation tool since August, it is up 625.4 units at the moment, which is absolutely insane. How it works, it gives you a game script and you put the entry in. You don't even have to think about it. Same thing with the, optimizer, which I'll show you in a second. But basically, if Tua and Will Levis are to throw for over their yards, most likely their receivers are going to benefit off of it, which is why this correlation tool works, especially in football. Football is so heavily correlated, it's not even funny. It also has like hockey, NBA pops up here sometimes. Of course, you can see they got some CSGO stuff in here. And then the optimizer tool, how this works, it basically compares discrepancies across multiple sports books. So right now, Max Juice is over here on over 4.5 rebounds. It looks like a lot of the sports books are favoring that to actually work out because obviously the juice or the negative or whatever. I always struggle with reading these, but basically it doesn't matter. I don't need to know how to read it. I just know that this is a good play because that's what optimizer tool does for you. So if you want to check any of these out, Links down in the description below. I also have their YouTube channel in the description below if you want to learn anything about this. But I've been using it, man, and it's been working for me so far. So I highly encourage you to go check it out. All right, so we are officially stopped the trade deadline here with the Sacramento Kings squad as we're 24 and 26 at the trade deadline. By the way, forgot to mention up top, we are using Joda Kelmer's share scenario for this video. So people have been asking me since Start Today doesn't work in 2K because they're lame and don't know how to fix their game or whatever. I've been using Joda Kelmer's share scenario. It's on Xbox. But how we're going to do this, we're under 500, but we're the 8th seed. I'm not too concerned about that because obviously we're going to be able to buy here at the deadline. And how we're going to do this is we are going to see which teams are selling and who we can go ahead and grab. I think easily the main thing we need to figure out is another forward. We need to get another 3-and-D forward on this roster. Obviously, the Kings have been in on the Raptors forwards for a while. And I'm not going to lie. If they're available and I can get them, I think we got to consider it, right? And then we'll keep looking, though. Knicks rebuilding. 34-17 doesn't make a lot of sense. We're going to let 2K determine who we can get, though. So we're not even going to think about real life and, who might be selling at the deadline. We're letting 2K simply tell us who's willing to move on from somebody. Unless if they're really good. Like the Magic, they're 3-18. Why are they rebuilding, man? The Mavericks, they're selling. Luka Doncic is available, but I'm not going to do that because Luka Doncic obviously is going to be really hard to get. The Nets, they got Mikal Bridges. Obviously, Mikal, he's got to go on the target list easily. They're 25 and 25. Obviously, he's going to cost a ton to get, but we got to make sure he's on the list. Easily got to consider him. Nuggets, they're contending. They're not going to think about anything. The Pacers, they're selling. They've fallen off. I don't expect them to fall off in real life, but obviously they're going to be, looking to make some trades at the deadline as well. Pelicans, they're rebuilding. Zion Williamson, a lot of concern about him once again, but I don't really want him in this video. I don't think he really fits next to Fox and Sabonis. And then Detroit, they don't really have anything. I mean, they got Bojan. Raptors forwards, they're both here, man. OG and Siakam. Obviously, they both make a ton of sense here. If we can get either one of them, I think we got to heavily consider it. But we'll keep looking just in case. Spurs, they got Keldon Johnson. What else we got? Thunder rebuilding. The Blazers, they have Jeremy Grant. Definitely could consider that if we wanted to. The Warriors, they're rebuilding 27-23. But I mean, I guess Wiggins has been kind of bad for them this year. So maybe he'd be cheap to get, so we could consider that. Kyle Kuzma is interesting. Someone I don't get all that often. I'm not really sure if he's the type of guy that would push us over the top, though, which would be my big concern if I did trade for Kuzma. And then the Bulls, Zach LaVine, I guess, would be interesting if we brought him over here and moved him to the 3 or, kept him at the 2 next to, obviously, Fox. But I think we definitely need a forward more than anything. The Grizzlies got like Bane, the Hawks. I mean, the Hawks have some forwards, but nobody I'm really looking at in particular. And then there's like Markkanen. But yeah, I think it's easily going to be, come down to either if we want Mikal or we want one of the Raptors forwards, or if we want, I think there was one more option I was considering, Jeremy Grant or Kuzma. So which one do we want is the question that's going to change the landscape of this team. So obviously Fox, Malik Monk, Keegan Murray, Harrison Barnes, Domantas Sabonis. So Harrison Barnes is absolutely going to have to be in the trade. Keegan Murray, I would love to keep him out of the trade, but we may have to throw him in. We shall see. But yeah, Fox, probably Herter safe, and then Sabonis is safe, obviously. So we got to cook up a trade. I'm not really sure who I want to get, but I mean, obviously, Mikal is going to be the easiest to get because of his contract, but he's going to cost a lot. But he's got 3 years left in his deal, 13.5 points per game. He's not really doing that good in the simulation, very interestingly enough. Obviously the Raptors forwards, but I believe every time I've done a Kings rebuild, I always consider them. This is the most realistic option, in my opinion, getting one of these Raptors forwards, potentially, especially if Keegan Murray is maybe in the trade. Maybe the Raptors would consider it, but it is something I have done in the past, so I kind of want to stay away from it today. I'm kind of leaning between either Kuzma, Jeremy Grant, or also Mikal. And I feel like Jeremy Grant's the most realistic option. I honestly thought the Kings would be really good if they signed him, although he's doing really bad, at least here. But in real life, he's been really good for Portland. So, Kuzma, on the other hand, 19 points per game, 36% shooting from 3, 28 years old. Also wanted the Kings to potentially look at him. I guess we could start with Kuzma and see if we can cook something up here. So we're going to go ahead and offer Barnes in here. Obviously, we need $4 million in here. So let's say we offered maybe, not Trey Lyles, not Monk, but let's say we're able to throw maybe like McGee in here. And then you give me like someone really cheap, potentially, Ryan Rollins maybe. And then I will give you a first-round pick in 2026. Don't know if this is going to be able to go through, and I'll give you a couple seconds. Maybe we'll have to include a young player instead of maybe JaVale McGee, but we'll see. So we'll offer this and see what they say. So first round pick, 2 seconds for Kyle Kuzma. Does Kyle Kuzma make us a championship team? Not really sure about that, but I don't know. We got to try something. They're not going to agree to it, though. Okay. I'll throw a 3rd second in here, and they're still not going to agree. Let's say we, don't put McGee in here. Let's say we threw Sasha in here instead. That makes all the difference in the world. We trade Sasha instead. So now we got Kyle Kuzma on the squad, and that's a huge upgrade at the power forward spot for this squad. So now we have Fox, Monk, Murray, Kuzma, Sabonis, Kevin Huerter, Trey Lyles, JaVale McGee, and Chris Duarte. I think I easily want to upgrade my backup 5 spot, like really badly. I think, obviously getting a better backup 5 is so important in 2K. And immediately I have a guy in mind that usually does good, and he shouldn't cost a lot whatsoever. And that is going to be Bulls Andre Drummond. I just think he would help out a ton easily. So let's see if we can cook something up here. So let's say I include McGee and then a 2nd. Let's do that. Come on. They want, or it didn't even go through. They want Flip, Petrusev, and a 1st. I'm not trading a 1st for Drummond. That's absolutely insanity. I'll give you another 2nd, I guess. That's as far as I'll go, though, and they're not going to agree. Whatever. We'll just stick with JaVale McGee, I guess. Okay. Player finder, position center, or I want to see if free agency has any centers that we can offer, maybe. So, free agents, we got, Jermichael, there's not a lot here. So, we're probably just stuck with what we got. McGee will be our backup 5 for the rest of the year, which isn't terrible by any means. And then Davion Mitchell, I still do want to get him minutes, so I'll run a 10-minute rotation. But I'm very happy to have Kuzma on the team. So hopefully that helps out a ton. Obviously, we need as much help as we can get. We're trying to make this a contending team that's going to be able to win a championship. We may not be done, obviously, making big trades, but I think Kuzma is a good first step. So Jokic wins MVP. Chet is your Rookie of the Year. Chris Paul, 6th man. Giannis, Defensive Player. And Paul Reed, Most Improved. And Trey is your Clutch Player of the Year. And then Coach of the Year goes to Tom Thibodeau. So, obviously, Nikola Jokic, Giannis, Embiid, Durant, LeBron. No surprises there. Fox does make an All-NBA 3rd team as well. Does Sabonis make one? I don't think so. But it is cool to see Fox on here. 22 points per game, 7 assists, which is great. We are in the play-in at the 7th seed in the West, which is a little disappointing, but it's fine. It's better than not being here at all. So 22, 17, 15, and then 14, and then, 14 and 12 and 11. So hopefully we can beat the Grizzlies to get in, and we do. So we're in the playoffs, and that's really what matters at the end of the day. We get to play the Lakers, though, so let's see how this is going to go. Very curious to see if we can beat them. I am going to run a 9-minute rotation. We are going to shrink our bench utilization down quite a bit, obviously. So let's go to 40 on this. Play our guys a lot of minutes, so this will be our starting 5 going in here. I mean, I feel like we maybe have a chance. We'll see how it goes. Davion Mitchell is also going to get that last spot. Somebody current round against the Lakers. Not going to be easy. They just won the in-season tournament championship, looking to win this championship. Let's see what happens. And we are going to be down 3-1. It's not looking good. So we might once again be a first-round exit team, which sucks, but we have some work we can still, maybe do. So let's see if we can come out here and win, and it's not looking good for us. So we are going to unfortunately lose in 5, but there's more work that can be done. We could probably try to upgrade our 2 spot potentially. Knicks, Lakers, the battle of the big market teams. Oh my goodness, imagine the NBA. They'd be so happy about that NBA finals. But let's go to the lottery. So draft lottery time. I believe our pick's going to go to the Hawks, I should say. So we do not have our pick this offseason, which sucks. Obviously, hitting on a rookie might change some things as well, but not going to happen for us. So let's go straight to getting a guard guru. And then we need to figure out what are we going to do to potentially upgrade the roster. I'm not sure yet. So we'll see. Let's go to the draft. And I know we're going to need a better backup 5. That's easily on my list as a better backup 5. Getting a good backup 5 is very important. Mitchell's under contract still. Keegan Murray's under he's got a team option got to worry about. But Kevin Huerter, I do like Kevin Huerter's fit next to Fox, but I mean, if we can get an upgrade from him, I think we obviously have to consider it. So if I look around, I'm going to go look at shooting guard small forwards. I want to see if there's anybody that maybe could make some sense that we could bring in. Levine, obviously, could make some sense. Lauri Markkanen, Mikal, of course, you can go for him as well. I mean, imagine we got Mikal on this team as well. That'd be pretty nasty. We could have Mikal and then, of course, also Kuzma, and it'd be our way of going for it. I think we have to consider it. Siakam and obviously OG are both free agents this offseason, so we can't really go that route. Anthony Simons, Andrew Wiggins. So Mikal Bridges, man, it's tempting. I want to see. I feel like the Nets wouldn't accept this without Keegan Murray being in the trade, though. So We're going to go straight past the draft. I don't think we have any first to worry about. Let me double check, though. So let's see. Our first, yeah. So we don't have a first round pick. Let's go to player options, though. So Keegan Murray, of course, we're going to accept that. Qualifying offers, we got no free agents here to worry about that are important or qualified or restricted anyway. And free agency, any bird rights? No. So I don't have the money to sign LeBron, of course. And then I do have some money to maybe sign like a good backup 5, like which is what I was considering. Like Joe Val, getting him off the bench would be really good. I still think he's a starting. I mean, we could also sign our free agent like quickly. Or we could sign Buddy Hield back in Sacramento if we wanted to. Tobias Harris, obviously, would be a great get as well. So there's also some good options here. Christian Wood. But I am still definitely going to try to get, I mean, Bruce Brown is a guy you obviously want. And then Malik Monk is somebody I do want back as well if we can get him. But let's go talk to the Nets about Mikal. I think if we're going to have if we want any chance of, winning a championship, Mikal Bridges is going to have to be somebody we target. So Herder, and then unfortunately, I hate to do it, but we all know what Mikal Bridges is going to cost, from the net for the Nets to move on from him. So we are going to offer Keegan Murray in this trade, and I hate to do it because I do like Keegan Murray. But if we're going to go try to win a championship, this is what it's going to cost to convince the Nets to move on from Mikal, I think. So this is what we're willing to include, and this is our way of going for it. And they agree. So we get Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges now with Kyle Kuzma, Sabonis, Fox. That's a really good starting 5. I actually really like that a lot. And of course, now that Kevin Huerter's gone, we don't really have a 2. Although we could, obviously, move Mikal to the 2 if we need to. But we'll see if maybe we just bring Malik Monk back. So Davion Mitchell will be the backup point guard. Chris Duarte can still play that backup 3. Trey Lyles is good. Need a backup 5. So a starting 2 and a backup 5 easily is priority number 1. So I'm curious to see if it'll let me sign like Bruce Brown and Malik Monk. That'd actually be absolutely clutch. But again, we still need a good backup 5 if we want. And actually might be able to do this. So what we're going to do is we are going to offer Malik Monk a contract. And we're also going to offer Bruce Brown a contract. Let's try to see if we can get both of them. I don't think it's going to let me, but we're going to try it anyway. And then we're going to sign Andre Drummond still to a backup 5 spot. So let's see if I can get both Malik Monk and Bruce Brown. Is it going to let me do it? Let's go. We got both of them. Okay, that's huge because now we have Bruce Brown who could be our starting 2. The defense is going to be so much better. We'll have Bruce Brown, Mikal, and then Kuzma. You're telling me that's going to be our, I like that a lot. That's great. So that looks really good. Plumlee's still a free agent as well. We got Drummond, who we tried to trade for the deadline, but obviously didn't really need to do that. We could also sign like Covington and O'Neal if we wanted to add even more perimeter defense, which I don't think is the worst idea in the world. So you know what? Give me Rocco off the bench on a minimum contract. Let's have him as another guy potentially that could come in. Of course, O'Neal is someone we can still sign as well, but I'm gonna chill on that. So player progression, we're gonna have Fox up, Mikal up, and then Kuzma is up. And you got Davion Mitchell up, Malik Monk is up, and then no one's going down besides Covington, which he's not going to be a big part of the rotation anyway. But this is good. I really love this. I think we're cooking. I think we might be cooking going into next year. This team makes a lot of sense in my opinion. Kuzma and Mikal as 2 additions on this team. I mean, obviously this would require the Kings really going for it and going all in and making all these trades to do so. But if you want to make sure that the Sabonis and, Fox trade works out, these are the type of moves you want to make. And again, I think Toronto is a team they're going to be trying to talk to at the deadline. Power Kings going to land at 6th overall. I think a lot of teams will be trying to talk to Toronto, of course. But we're going to leave it at perimeter centric actually, we could be a 4-star. No, pace space started 4-star. Never mind. So, yeah, I really love this starting 5. So now, Fox, Bruce Brown, Mikal, Kuzma, and Sabonis. I think it's beautiful. I think it fits really, really well together, which is great. And then Monk, Lyles, and then Davion Mitchell, Andre Drummond, which is a good, really, really good bench unit as well. And then I want to make sure Mikal Bridges' shot tendency isn't bad because obviously Mikal Bridges, is a lot better than a 70 shot tendency, and he's shown that. So we're going to boost him up to an 88, or we might even go 90. So we'll do something like this. It'll be Fox, and then Mikal will be obviously the co-star, obviously while playing some good defense, and then Kuzma, 79. So I like that a lot. I will see you guys at the end of the season, but this is perfect because Bruce Brown, start, obviously can do a bunch of things, play some defense, and Malik Monk will be back to a 6-man role where I think he can really, prosper. So I will see you guys at the end of this season, and hopefully 2K really loves the squad we've thrown together. So at the end of this season, Jason Tatum wins MVP. Stephon is your Rookie of the Year on the Wizards. Nas Reed, 6-man, 80 defensive player, and Brandon Miller, most improved. AD also Clutch Player of the Year, and Tom Thibodeau on the Knicks wins Coach of the Year. So, do we get Fox once again making it? We do. All-NBA second team this year, which is great, and then All-NBA third team. which no one we got there. And then all offensive first team. Do we get any Kings representatives? We do not. That sucks. But our rookie first team and our rookie second team, we end up as the 4th seed. And guess who we get to play? It's the Lakers again. So this is what it looked like this year, though. 23-7. 20 from Mikal Bridges, 16 from Malik Monk off the bench. I would love to have seen him 1-6-man, but it's all good. Kuzma 14.5, 14 and 11, and then 10 from Bruce Brown. So again, really love our lineup. Now, is it going to be good enough to win, beat the Lakers? I think definitely it can be. Obviously, with how old, I guess they don't have LeBron anymore either. I guess he went somewhere else. They have OG Anunoby instead. Melton, D'Lo, Vanderbilt, AD, Austin Reeves. I mean, I think we have a chance. Somebody current round, and we are going to beat them in 6, maybe? No. Going to game 7. Okay, game 7. Not really ideal. Not really what I wanted to deal with here, but they want to start Malik Monk for this game 7. I don't absolutely hate it, but let's see what happens. So we got to get back in this game, and we do. We take the lead, but they take it back and forth so far. We got a 3-point lead with 4 minutes left. Can we run away with it and get to the round 2 for the first time in I don't know how long? And it's looking really good, and we are going to beat the Lakers in round 1. Mikal with 31 in that game, absolutely huge. And we get to play the 8th-seeded Warriors. So Mike Brown gets to play his former team. The Blazers lost to them, and let's see what the Warriors looking like. So they got Curry, Clay, Wiggs, Kuminga, Looney, and then Chris Paul off the bench, Draymond, Moody, Gary Payton. So they still have a really good squad, really good. I don't know. I think we have a chance. Like I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that we can beat this team. Do we want to start Bruce Brown again? We do. So here we go. Somebody current round against the Warriors. They're the 8th seed, and we are going to sweep them. Let's go. We're already in the Western Conference Finals. That is absolutely amazing. Okay. Utah. They got THT, Sexton, Markkanen. Ooh, LeBron. I was about to say, how is this team in the Conference Finals? It's LeBron James. So, LeBron James, you might have been the king, but the Kings, representative of the Sacramento Kings, are looking to take down you. All right, let's see how this goes. Somebody current round. 2-2. All right, we're going to stop it there and start simcasting the rest here. So huge game 5. It is in Utah. LeBron James in Utah just is something that's obviously never going to happen. So that's kind of weird that he's there, but whatever. We got to deal with it. So 5-point game. We could have maybe okay, we're not totally out of it just yet. We got to make a run here. But it looks like the Jazz are not going to let up off the gas, and we are going to fall short in this huge game 5. If LeBron James would have retired, we could have been chilling. They want to start Malik Monk. Huge game 6 in Sacktown. Let's do it. And we are going to have our work cut out for us. And it looks pretty good, though. As long as we don't blow it at the end, I think we got it, maybe. And we are going to beat them. Okay, so it forces game 7. 22 from Fox, 19, 18, 18. Huge game 7. Malik Monk is going to stay the starter, which is fine. Game 7 in Utah to get to the NBA Finals. Let's see if we can do it. And we are going to have ourselves a little bit of a close one until the Jazz maybe run away with it. We're down 7 in the 3rd quarter. We closed the gap here. We were down 1 just a second ago, but the Jazz going to run again. Okay. We're not out of it just yet. Not looking good, though. I think the Jazz might have our number here, and they might eliminate us again. So, yeah, we're down pretty bad here in the 4th. Man, that sucks. So, we are going to fall short of our goal of potentially, getting to the NBA Finals in year number 2. That would have been awesome. But unless we make a crazy run at the end here, which, slowly creeping into it. But I think it's going to be too little time to actually do it. So, yeah. We are going to lose to LeBron James and the Jazz, which a little, kind of sucks because the bracket was very much there for us. Now, they beat the Sixers. They do. So, the Jazz, LeBron goes to the Jazz and wins the championship. Okay. And he's going to call it a day after that. Yeah, I think that'd be a great way to retire, but not really sure if that's ever going to happen. So, staff signing, we got Mike Brown still. We'll leave that all the same. We just got to get a perimeter defensive coach, and we're ready to basically just run it back. I might get a better backup 5, of course. But other than that, we should be ready to roll again. We got to sign Davion Mitchell, I believe. Hopefully, he's not asking for like a crazy amount of money. I should have checked on draft night, but we had we didn't even have a good pick. So, player options, nothing. Qualifying offers, of course, the new Davion and Duarte. Somebody I wouldn't mind bringing back, of course, as well. And then Trey Lyles. Yeah, I do want him back. So, I'm going to offer Trey Lyles, Davion Mitchell contracts, and then backup 5s I want to see. So, we got Brooke. We got Capella. We have Zubac, Adams, Mo Wagner, Kevon Looney. I mean, Kevon Looney, I think, makes a lot of sense because obviously, Mike Brown used to play with him. I think he would definitely consider it. So, we're going to sign Kevon Looney. I know I could sign Capella, and that would be better, but realistically speaking, obviously teams or players go, play with their former coaches all the time, which is why I think that makes a lot of sense. But small forwards, I mean, I see Josh Hart, and I really want Josh Hart. Josh Hart's one of those guys that just absolutely, hustles his butt off, so I'm happy to have him. So Josh Hart will be part of this rotation. Ryan Rollins is back, and, Mikal and Sabonis aren't going down, which is great, and Mitchell's up to 79. So we signed Josh Hart. We also get Kevon Looney. So we're going to run it back again simply, and we got really close. We got really, really close. So hopefully this year, maybe we go win it all. Utah was the only team that stopped us. It was LeBron James. I don't know if we would have beaten the 76ers necessarily, but I would have loved to have seen if we could have. So, but yeah, we're going to run this season, and we'll see how it finishes out. All right, so at the end of this season, we finish up as the 3rd seed in the West, so we're obviously still in the thick of things, but stats basically, obviously the team is basically the same. Josh Hart is on the team now. Kevon Looney with 7 or 6 rebounds off the bench, so obviously we're looking to go win this championship, though. They want to start Malik Monk once we get the playoffs, and we get Portland in round 1. Now, one team I don't think we had to deal with at all last year was the Oklahoma City Thunder, and now they're here, so obviously... I don't like playing the Thunder. We get the Blazers in round 1. They're also underrated as well, at least in 2K. Obviously got D'Lo now. I mean, how many guards does this freaking team need? They got Hardaway, Thibault. Like, I don't know. Whatever. Hopefully beat the Blazers. Somebody come around, and there's no guarantee of that, but we are going to beat them in 6. So we had a tough one. Bro, Memphis, please, for love of everything, take out the Thunder for me. They're not going to, are they? No, we get to play the Thunder. Of course we do. Why would we not play the Thunder? Okay. Chet Holmgren, Josh Giddey, Lou Dort, Jalen Williams, Casey Wallace. I mean, they got Proctor now. I was about to say, it looks like they haven't added anybody, but they have. They're at the end of the bench. Okay. So LA and Utah on the other side. Do we beat the Thunder? Probably not. Let's just go ahead and get swept by them, of course. And it's like clockwork, bro. The Thunder, they're just so tough to beat in 2K. It's not even funny. The Lakers have Chris Paul. Now, does that help them beat the Thunder? They actually did. Wow, okay. And then Lakers, 76ers. 76ers go on to win it all. I think we gotta go one more season on this. So, we're gonna go one more season on this bad boy, and the Thunder get to add yet another top prospect in this draft. And I'm pretty sure I need to load a draft class, or they're gonna get some... Yeah, let's go ahead and load a draft class, because they're gonna get some auto-generated guys. So, maybe that's better for my chances, but... For realism, we're gonna load a draft class. Okay, so we're gonna run it back one more year. We'll see how this goes for us. Let's go straight to rookie signing, because I don't even think I have a pick, and if we do, it's not really going to affect us at this point. Nothing. So qualifying offers, nothing. Player options, nothing. All right, I guess it's qualifying offers. Ryan Rollins, not too worried about him. All right, free agency. We can get Ryan Rollins, of course, but looks like we have money for like a Robert Williams, and I think we obviously got to go ahead and sign him. So I'm going to sign Robert Williams. Give me Robert Williams. That's going to be a really good addition to the team. And yeah, we have Looney, but I mean, Robert Williams is going to be 9 times better. So yeah, we're going to run it back with this. And I think one thing we could also do is with Colby Jones, we can move him to the 3. He goes up to a 76 overall, but that's our big move, is signing Robert Williams, which is still a good move in itself. But we're going to run it back one more season, and we're going to see how this goes. So one last chance. This is the core I'm going to lock it in with. The Thunder, as long as we don't run into them, we should be good, but obviously that's probably going to happen to us. So unless they lost somebody, which would be good if they did. So let's go see if they lost like Giddey or something. They probably didn't. No. They saw, Chet, Giddey, Shea, Bobby Portis. They lost Jalen Williams, I guess, so maybe that works in our favor. I don't know. All right, Fox, Bruce Brown, Mikal, the same starting 5, but now we have Robert Williams, Mitchell, Josh Hart, and Malik Monk. And then Kevon Looney as the 3rd string, which is really good. Malik Monk's lost his 6-man role, which is fine, but I will see you guys at the end of whatever season this is, where hopefully we're hoisting a trophy. All right, boys, final playoff run here, and the Thunder are nowhere to be found. Wow, that is actually clutch. So if they're not in our way, New Orleans obviously can be tough sometimes, but we may have a chance here to go to the NBA Finals. I'm not saying we're going to beat whatever team we run into in the East, but the Thunder are one of those teams, obviously, that I always hate to play. We get the Minnesota Timberwolves in round 1. So we'll see how this goes. Minnesota's got Kobe Buffkin, Edwards, Jamie McDaniels, Cat, Gobert. Kevin Huerter's there now, Thibault, Dillingham. Let's just simulate curve around against them, and we are going to beat them in 5. Take care of them. And now we get the Lakers, who just made it to the... They have Stephen Curry now. Are you absolutely kidding me? He goes to LA to team up with AD. They have Smart now, OG, and Vanderbilt. I didn't mean to freaking screenshot. I don't need to screenshot my demise here, 2K. Thank you, though. All right, here goes nothing. How does Stephen Curry go to the Lakers, bro? Are you really going to end your career on the... I don't care that I uploaded a screenshot to the Xbox network. I just lost, 2K. Thank you for rubbing in my face. Okay. Can we please not go home here and... Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Just kidding. I got my hopes up for nothing. All right, well... My mission may have failed. My job was to try to make the Kings winners of the Hali trade, and I may have failed that mission. I mean, I think I did a good job building around it. I literally just released that. Like, Fox's release was so quick, I wasn't even ready for it. But yeah, we lost to the Lakers because Stephen Curry, for crying out loud, went on the damn Lakers, bro. That's just beautiful. I thought I actually had a chance to when the Thunder weren't here, but we didn't. So... hope you guys enjoyed the video. Still a fun video regardless. Really unfortunate. I mean, just Steph on the Lakers, bro. How could I have planned for that? I mean, I guess I get one more possession here. Let's try to hit a 3 or something. I'm not going to try it with... let's try it. I guess I'll try with Fox, and this time I'll be ready for his quick release. Actually, I don't even know if I'll be able to get it off. Bruce Brown, 3 to win the game. Just kidding. Obviously, we're down 7. But we're going to end it there. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If the Kings can, you know, obviously go all in a little bit more at the trade deadline, I think they definitely need to do that. So, set yourselves up and try to go be a contender this year. I think if you could maybe find a way to swing OG, Siakam, Mikel, Kuzma, it definitely heightens your chances. I'm not sure if any of those guys make you a contender, but, you know, I would still, you know, try if I'm Sacramento. I wouldn't just, you know, give up. So, thank you guys for watching, though. Hope you enjoyed it. Unfortunately, we're going home here. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.